Welcome back to RBD Block Challenge. I'm Cindy Cloward, and today we are working on block number 15. It's called Playing with Blocks. It's designed by Gerri Robinson. This is what it looks like in batiks, and this is what it looks like in our confetti cotton solids. So it's a fun block to make. Let's get started. The first thing you need to do, as always, is download the pattern from our Riley Blake Designs website. Again, Playing with Blocks. I've already cut out all my pieces and we're ready to go. So the first thing you do, well, I'm gonna grab my glasses, is grab your C rectangles, and there should be 4 of them. And then you're gonna grab 8 of the A squares. And you're gonna mark the A squares corner to corner if you don't have a Seam So Easy guide. But I'm gonna make one for you to show you how it's done. And then I use my Seam So Easy guide for the other rectangles. So we're gonna make this unit right here so you can see it's a mirror image on each side. So choose your side, which you're going with first. Let's grab your squares and let's chain piece these together. Okay, let's bring it over here. Clip our threads in between. We'll just give it a quick check. Looks good. And let's trim down to 1/4 an inch from our stitches. Okay, you can take it to your pressing station or press at the end. Just gonna finger press that open, and then you're gonna do a mirror image on the other side. Again, you're gonna stitch on your line or just a hair or two to the left of it, and you're gonna do that repeat on the rest of these long rectangle units. All right, let's take a look. Now we want to make sure it's the mirror opposite, looking good. Let's trim down 1/4 an inch. Okay, let's go give them a good press. We'll bring them back here. Just kind of give them a nice press to get started with. And we can flip both sides open at once. Those units are good to go. We're gonna lay those right here. And now it's time to work on our 9 patch. So let's grab our A squares, our B squares, and our D squares. And we're gonna line it up how it shows in the pattern, where it shows this red, making a chain right through the center. Then we've got the blue on the opposite side. And we've got the white squares filling up the remaining spaces, 4 of them. Okay, so let's just chain piece this like a 9 patch. This should be pretty easy for all of us to do, right? Let's open that up. We could probably do these in our sleep these days, right? I'm just gonna, it's a little fiddly to take to the machine, so when I flip the outside towards the inside, I just throw a pin in it. Okay, now I'm gonna just finger press my seams to the dark side. And we're just gonna nest these seams, and then we're just gonna do our final 2 seams on this. Okay, flip there, nest there. Since I'm here, I'm going to do this seam too. Okay, let's go sew. Okay, we've sewn our 9 patch. Let's give it a nice press now. And what we want to see is these points lining up. Okay, and our 9 patch is finished. Now it's time to lay out our quilt block. We've got this chain, nice chain in red going down the sides. We're going to finish that chain. Then we've got this teal chain that's a little interrupted with a red block with those sides, but it makes a nice little chain that direction. Okay, these units go all the way around that center 9 patch. I'm making sure they go the right way. Yep, I've got them the right way. Now it's time to assemble this block. Okay, I'm going to put out these outside squares in this unit towards the center. Just like that. Okay, let's bring it back here. Open everything up. It's looking good. Let's flip this outside towards the center. I don't cut my threads between my units at this point. I'm going to pin here, but I'm actually going to flip it over on the other side. It's kind of fiddly to take to the machine, so I'm going to pin, and then we'll flip over. So flip it over like this. All right, let's open it up. It's looking great. Now it's time to nest our seams and do our 2 final seams. So let's take a look. This seems to want to lay out, so I'm going to let it, and I'm going to push the underside seam the other direction. So I'm going to nest that seam right there. Nest that seam right here. Flip it this direction. Push that seam in there. And you can give it a press right now, but I'm just finger pressing, and I'll give it a good press at the very end. There we go. Okay, let's go sew. Okay, let's take it to our pressing station. Gonna have a little spritz of mist. Let's open it up. Move slowly. Now look, this is exactly what we want to see, our points lining up in that chain. So that is looking great. Let's open that up. And our points are looking great on this side too. Just gonna give it all a nice press. Let's see. Sometimes I iron from the back side to just make sure. Okay, you know what we need to do? We need to get out our square up trim it ruler and make sure there's nothing we need to trim. We're just lining everything up and it looks pretty good. There's only a few threads here and there that need to be trimmed off. So the Playing with Blocks quilt block is finished. We can't wait to see what Gerri Robinson does with her fabrics in her own quilt block. Join me next time for our last block, block number 16, coming together. And guess what? It's designed by me. So see you next time for our last block in our RBD Block Challenge.